I'm all in this. I call the shots, I never call it quits. Trust my intuition, bet it's right and bitch, it often is. Seen too many others come and go, they had the wrong intent. Do it out of love and never for it, then I watch it get bigger than expected. Don't second guess it, I let it set it. It's God's plan, we out here only accepting blessings. I'm stuck with it, this mindset is terminal. In and out different terminals, leveling up is personal. And I already made it, y'all can miss me. It's hard to believe I made something from nothing. No hindsight discussions, I've been writing, I love it.
Welcome to the 3 Gig Sports Podcast, where we are never wrong, just sometimes misinformed. This is Danny G sitting alongside my guys Rio and Jimmer tonight, and we've got a very special guest from the Big Ten on the line tonight. And Rio, who we talking to, man?
We are talking to Jaylin Williams. Jaylin, how you doing tonight?
I'm good. How y'all doing?
Doing great. Excited to have you on.
Glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, for sure. Did I see correctly that you just recently graduated?
I did.
Heck yeah, very nice. Cool. What'd you get your
Congrats,
degree
man.
in?
Sports management, communications, and liberal studies and historical sciences.
Okay.
There we go.
That's great. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what do you? So, I guess we're kind of jumping ahead, but what do you plan on doing with your degree?
Honestly, I probably do want to go back to school and probably get in something like sports and coaching sciences, because I kind of want to be a coach when I'm done playing. So.
Sure.
Okay.
Very cool. Heck yeah. Well, to kind of kick this thing off, growing up, when did you start playing sports?
I started playing football when I was young, around like 5, 6, and then when I got to like middle school, I played all the way up until middle school. In middle school, I got hurt, and I stopped playing football, and I just started playing basketball and track. And then I had moved to Texas for high school, like around my 10th grade year. And so I wasn't even going to play football. And then the coach was like, just come try out. And I was like, all right. So when I went out there, it just felt like natural again. So I started back playing football in 10th grade, and I didn't play middle school football like at all. I just did Pee-wee, and then high school football I started back in 10th grade, and so I just fell in love with it again.
Heck yeah. What high school did you go to in Texas?
It's called Centennial.
Oh, Centennial. Okay. Yeah, I grew up in Texas and went to school there, a little place called Azle, Texas.
Oh, Jesus. Here we go.
So, just, hey, you know what? I got a vibe
with all due respect.
I got a vibe with the dude. Come on, man.
No, I get it.
Where'd you grow up before you moved to Texas?
Memphis.
Okay.
I was saying that's the reason why I was surprised by the Texas part. Like when I was doing a little bit of research on you there, I saw Memphis, Tennessee, but I didn't see anything Texas on there, so I was a little surprised by that.
Yeah, but I ended up moving back to Memphis literally the year after that. So.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That makes sense. So you basically skipped football for quite some time, got back into it your, what did we say, sophomore, junior year, and but then what happened? You fell in love, but did you ball out? Like how did everything feel?
I did pretty good as a sophomore, and then. But I didn't really like take it as like serious as I did like my when I moved back to Memphis, and I was like you can really like get scholarships and stuff like that. I really wasn't thinking about any of that until I moved back to Memphis, and then that's when I really did like start taking it serious and really start working on my craft and stuff like that. And then that's when everything really like took off for me.
All right. So just so everybody knows that's listening, you are a stud cornerback here for the Indiana Hoosiers. Were you always a cornerback, or did you bounce around to different positions?
No, I play wide receiver, safety, but honestly, mostly in high school, I was a wide receiver.
Okay. There we go.
Yeah, very cool. So, high school season, you moved back to Memphis, and how did the high school year go not only as a team but for yourself, accolades wise? How did that go?
Excuse me.
Honestly, my junior year, we didn't really do very good. We went 3-7, but I did get like all district and all region at DB and receiver and stuff like that. But for me, it's more I want to win, and I really don't care about like the personal accolades. I really care about like the team as far as like how the team is doing. So for me, I just wanted to take that time, and I wanted to do better for the team wise and make sure the team got back right. So and then my senior year, we ended up going undefeated. I ended up getting like Mr. Football and stuff like that, and All State. And so, but again, like I said, it was just for like the team purposes. I wanted to do what I could to make the team better. So.
Hell yeah.
Well, that's a win-win, man. Those accolades, and you go undefeated. Shoot.
Yeah.
So you don't want to talk about the accolades. I watched some of your highlights at Indiana here, so I'm gonna go ahead and touch on that. You look, dude. You look like look like a magnet to metal when it comes to the ball. The ball seems like it's always around you. You talk on that? Can you touch on that a little bit? Like how's that sense work? Like it just seems like you're always right there, like hovering around somewhere around that ball.
I just feel like I gotta have it. Like if it's in the air, it's either mine or it's nobody's.
There we go.
I feel like as a cornerback, you just gotta have that mindset. I mean, as a wide receiver, they're always gonna think they're gonna catch the ball. They're gonna catch the ball, but it's my job to make sure that don't happen. But for me, as I played wide receiver, so I'm not looking for PBUs. I'm looking to try to catch the ball. I'm looking for honestly, I'm looking to get picks and interceptions. But for me, if I can't get there, if I know I can't pick the ball up, then I'm gonna just play through the hands and make sure the wide receiver don't catch it. And I mean, honestly, it's worked out well for me. There's definitely some things I still need to work on for sure, but I feel like so far I've been doing all right.
No, Jay, like I said, when I was watching some of that, I watched you put Justin Fields down on a corner blitz there. Watched a couple interceptions, a couple hard hits too up in there. So not just some pass breakups, you're laying the wood on a couple of those too.
Yeah.
So the most fearing team that you probably played against in your whole career was probably the Iowa Hawkeyes, right?
Hear that laugh. There's a reason for that. These guys are Iowa fans, so.
For me, no, I wouldn't even say Iowa, honestly.
Damn. Ouch.
I really don't have a most feared team. I like the competitiveness. I honestly I really don't fear anybody. Like I honestly like we can go in and we can beat anybody. I mean, of course the game goes in different ways, and you can only control what you can control. But I don't really fear anybody we play. Honestly, I look at it as another opportunity.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I just see it as another opportunity to show what I can do.
There we go. So I remember, what was it, a couple years back now? I can't remember the exact year, but you guys were coming off of one hell of a season, especially when it comes to Indiana football, like history-wise. You guys had one hell of a season. You guys had high expectations. Veteran, one hell of a veteran quarterback back there. And then it just seemed like it got derailed because Michael Penix also got hurt.
Yep.
So it kind of derailed your guys' season a little bit. Like it didn't go. What I should say is it didn't go by what your guys' expectations probably were at the start of the season. Can you touch on like how you deal with adversity, how your team dealt with adversity and stuff like that?
I mean, our coach, he called it like a sugar cookie. So I mean, things gonna happen, but you can only control what you can control, and it's just about grabbing the bull by the horns and just not really focusing on the bad and the negative, and focusing on what we can do and the opportunities we can make. And football is a game of adjustments. You're always gonna have to make adjustments. So it's all about just adjusting and adapting to whatever happened, and just on the fly, and just being able to make those changes and work with those changes, and not dwelling on the past, or not having a sulking mindset about what if or it's because it is, or just really just making excuses. So I think we honestly do a good job with that. Okay.
All right. So to touch a little base on our particular favorite university, would you be licking your chops knowing that Spencer Petras was throwing the ball because you know that he would way overshoot his wide receivers?
Let's be real.
There's no way you'd go there like, ooh, baby, here we go. This dude's going to give me opportunities, right?
Yeah.
With all due respect.
With all due respect, he's the worst quarterback in the Big Ten.
Oh, Jesus. Ouch.
Oh, my bad.
Ouch. Tough crowd.
Well, so it definitely sounds like you've got that ball hawk mentality. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into this question. Who do you if you were to compare your game to somebody that's in the league right now, who do you think you most resemble?
I would either say Mike Hilton or Elijah Rogers.
Okay.
But, I mean, they play slot. I play outside, but, I mean, I really don't know what I will be if I do get the opportunity to go to the league. So
you keep going with the mentality that you have, then you're definitely gonna have your opportunity. I think you're gonna shine at that at some point. Like what I seen on paper, like you can't teach like being around the ball like that. Like it's not that if that were the case, everybody would be around it all the time. You know what I'm saying? That's just something that is with a guy. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's just based on, like, this is my size. I think we're around, like, the same size. So, definitely, like, Mike Hilton, like Elijah Rogers. I definitely feel like our games is kind of similar.
Okay. All right. What is your non-football favorite sport?
Basketball, definitely.
Okay. Did you play any in high school?
I stopped playing in 10th grade once I realized I wasn't going to be, like, 6'5".
This is horse shit, man.
But I mean, I honestly like track too, though. It's probably a tie between basketball and track.
Okay, we've heard that a couple times actually with the track too, which always surprised me because like track when I was in high school wasn't my thing. Like even the thought of it, I'm like I play football and all that stuff and basketball, but
seems like everybody's doing track these days.
Yeah, it seems like everybody is. You know.
Honestly, I love track. It's just like being in the environment, like the track meet. It's the environments of the track meet. You're around all these different people, and it's like you meet so many different people, and then especially, of course, if you winning, like it's fun. So.
Yeah, I mean it's huge gatherings too. I mean my son partook, and you go there and you have all these communities like piled in together to watch, to support their kids and stuff like that. So kind of like a big old kumbaya.
Yeah. So. I'm thinking about your season last year because I know it was definitely not what you guys wanted to happen. Matter of fact, I remember, so we're Hawkeye fans, right? I remember playing you guys and I was like, shit, this is going to be tough, man. You guys were projected to do really well. You guys have a great kind of really veteran squad like Jimmer was saying. And when I'm reading up on this, it sounds like there's a nice core of veterans, especially in the defensive side, that plan on sticking around, and you guys want to kind of have I don't know. What I'm reading into it is kind of a revenge tour to kind of show people what you guys are actually about. Is that accurate?
I mean, yeah, I guess you could say that. I mean, obviously, for us, for me personally, I just can't leave on that type of note. I wouldn't feel right leaving like that because I feel like obviously the job's not finished, so we definitely got a lot more to prove. And it's just, I don't know. I just want to forget all about that. I can't forget. It's a definitely a learning opportunity for us, though.
You want to get back out on that field and put that shit behind you and put something else out there.
Oh, definitely, for sure.
Gotcha. Well, I had one for you. Who was the hardest receiver that you have matched up against?
The hardest receiver I was matched up against. It had to be either my freshman year, either Johnny Dixon from O State or Donovan Peoples-Jones from Michigan.
Okay. And Donovan Peoples-Jones is pretty damn quick too. He's so my son is a Browns fan, and that's where Peoples is at, and my son keeps preaching to me about how good he is and stuff. So
yeah, and he was big too, so you don't really expect somebody that size to be, what I'm saying,
like flying like that.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. So touching back kind of in your high school days, when did the recruiting process start for you, and what schools were coming after you and giving you offers?
I'd probably say like after my junior year. My first offer, I remember my first offer. I got my first offer from Colorado State.
Okay.
Very cool.
Yeah, that was my first offer. But then after that, I started getting after my offers for like athlete and wide receiver, like only like it was really like a few for like DB. Like Virginia offered me a wide receiver, like Mississippi State, Ole Miss had offered me, Wake Forest. That was a long time ago.
I have the same problem. I'm not even kidding.
Right. Now that I really think about it, it was a little minute ago, but yeah, definitely Man.
So, well, I guess I'll narrow it down for you. You know, when did you commit, and who was kind of in the running there at the end before you committed?
Before I committed, it was Ole Miss, Virginia, Wake Forest. That was it for me. Oh, and TCU.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so then what ultimately like separated Indiana from the rest of them?
I was originally committed to Ole Miss, and then Hugh Freeze had resigned.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's right.
So I had decommitted from Ole Miss, and then I had a few schools on my list, but I had a few friends on down the road in the same. We played against each other, and they were committed to Indiana. And so he was like, just come on. So I went on a visit, and then Indiana got a beautiful campus. I love the campus, and then me and the coaches just really clicked, especially me and Coach Allen. And so when I left the official visit, I was like, I think I want to commit here, and I committed that day.
There we go.
There we go. That's awesome. Getting to play with your friends. I got people you know. I know from beforehand. That's surely a special bond.
Yeah.
So I want to know what's Jaylin do to calm himself down, center himself, whatever the scenario before he walks out on the field. What's it, or if you have like a particular ritual or anything like that you feel like you have to do?
I listen to music, or I take me a little 10 minute power nap.
There it is. Yeah. No, you're the first one to say it, but I know I should say the first one to say it on our podcast. But I know that guys have said, you know what, a little power nap with some music helps calm nerves down.
Definitely got to rest those eyes before the game. It just really calms me down, just get me in that mode. Because honestly, practice is one thing, but the game is a totally different beast. Like, I'm in a whole different mindset on game day. So those 5 to 10 minutes really get me in that mode. So I definitely need it. I have to have it.
I was to say even whether it's at your own home stadium or anywhere across the Big Ten, they tend to pack the house. So that's one hell of a different experience than just going day to day against your own teammates.
Exactly.
Hell yeah. So I do have a question. But Indiana University, that would be the easy answer. But what is a really cool stadium that you've gotten to play in? What comes to mind?
Michigan by far.
Michigan, the big house, yeah.
Michigan by far. But when we did for the bowl game for what was that, the Gator Bowl when we played Tennessee, that was cool too.
Yeah,
but definitely conference, definitely Michigan, the big house for sure.
Heck yeah. So
I ain't gonna lie, Nebraska.
Really?
Nebraska, okay.
Why is that? What stood out about that place?
I guess because Nebraska is like the only thing there, so everybody really have no game, So, but it's just like the vibe and just like the environment and how everybody's so involved, especially like when they. Obviously I don't want them to score, but when they score and how everybody like releases the balloons and all that, it's real cool, especially like when you're on the field and just looking at everything. Nebraska.
I was gonna say you nutted that the Nebraska. There's nothing else there, so they get behind their team though. I will give them that. Like
that's all they got. Man.
That's all they got. We drove through Nebraska, which by the way is like basically dead space, but especially after Lincoln. But everywhere you stop, truck stop anywhere in Nebraska, don't matter if you're all the way on the west side or right at the beginning of the east side of it, it doesn't matter. You go in, it is covered with Cornhusker shit everywhere.
They support their school. They're behind their school 100% for sure out there.
Yeah, their corn sucks though.
Being here in Iowa, of course, we gotta say that.
Right. What do you mean we got to? It's a fact. We're just elaborating on the fact.
Yeah, that's true. Nebraska is a shitty place. With all due respect.
With all due respect.
So touch on a little bit of college. You're freshman. You come in. What was the learning experience like, and what did you have to get better at ultimately to kind of catch up to the next level?
For me, it was definitely the playbook, film, and taking care of my body. So I mean, honestly, in high school, you just went out there and played. Honestly, like I'm gonna just keep it a buck. But like when I got to college and like as far as like all the lifting and like the practicing and just how to just stack up on top of each other, like it does take a toll on your body. So just learning how to take care of my body was a big thing for me. And then especially like just diving in the playbook. I mean, I knew the playbook, but it's just more as far as like being in the defensive and like trying to take my game to the next level as far as as a corner, like learning the next steps or like what they're thinking or what the offense thinking or like learning the certain situations on certain downs and things like that. So I feel like that really helped me elevate my game to the next level. I mean, I'm still working on it and definitely think I can still improve on, but for me, that was one of the biggest things when I came into my early years playing that I really had to get better at.
That's awesome. That being said, I want to know, what do you do to let your hair down? Like when you're not thinking football, like you don't have to go to class. What is it that you're doing?
Oh, I'm playing 2K.
What's that? Say that again. My bad.
I'm playing 2K.
Okay.
All right.
Hell yeah.
Love it.
Okay.
With LeBron, right?
You said what?
What team are you using?
Huh? I'm a Laker fan, so.
Yeah, see, there's that.
I was a Kobe fan, RIP Kobe, but I mean, I wasn't too happy that LeBron came to the Lakers, but I had to accept it because you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, fan at the end of the day, so you're still gonna regardless support.
Yeah, I have no choice. but yeah, for sure. I do like I will rewatch like all our games or like just looking for stuff that I can improve on and things like that. I will do that. So in my free time.
Okay. Hey, that's awesome too, actually. Like I know that Rio over here like tries to improve himself on a regular basis in the bedroom, and he reels back the tape.
Yeah, at least consistency is key. I consistently disappoint my wife, so I've got that nailed down. No problems.
It's all about me, baby.
Yeah,
it's all about me.
You know it.
So I want to touch on one thing that you said a little bit ago real quick, too. So you could have absolutely taken the easy way out after this last season, right? The way the transfer portal works, like you could have it's so easy anymore, right? You could have gone to a different spot. You could have gotten a little more press, a little more hype, whatever. Maybe a better nil deal. I don't know how that situation worked for you. Even the draft, right? Like from what I'm seeing, I bet you could have got picked up somewhere in the draft, but you didn't do any of those things. You said you didn't want to take the easy way out. Has that always been your mentality? I respect that, and I just want to kind of dive into your mind a little bit. Have you always thought that way?
Yeah, I've kind of always been like that. Like in high school, when I moved back to Memphis, like the school, Germantown, like my junior year, the year I got back, we went 3-7. And so, that summer, like, it's really not there. In high school, you can transfer schools or whatnot with ease, kind of. So, honestly, but it's like I really don't – I like being the underdog. Like, I do like being the underdog. I'm not going to lie. Because, I like to shock people and come out on top. And so, like I said, the next year we went undefeated. That kind of feels good knowing you got it out the mud, really. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
And it's not like really given to you, earned it. Like I did that. Like all the work I put in, it's like for no reason. Like it's paying off. So you know what I'm saying? Kind of like gratitude. Can be able to pat myself on the back. So no, I'm not gonna give up on my guys. You know what I'm saying? Like we've been doing this for 4 years, and especially like as far as like my coaches and everything, as far as like my position coach and everything, like I committed to them, they committed to me. I'm not gonna give up on them just because you know what I'm saying. We had a year that nobody expected. Like I'm not gonna bounce, get tough. So
hell yes,
I love that. Yeah,
it would have left a bad taste in my mouth if I did would have leave. Like it just would have been in the back of my mind like this whole time. Like what if I would have came back? What if, you know what I'm saying? So I just don't want to leave no doubt. And I'm gonna just go with the flow.
No, I respect the hell out of that. That's a super rare thing today.
Yeah, it doesn't happen like that anymore. Mm-hmm. That's and I'm not against anybody going out and getting their money and doing this, that, and the other, but it speaks volumes of staying committed to something, plugging away, and basically saying it's us, and staying with that. Like it's us. We're a team. We're gonna rock this shit, and we're gonna grow. basically like a ride or die mentality.
Yeah, it's always gonna be peaks and valleys, but you know what I'm saying. As long as you can stay through the valleys, you're always gonna make it to the peaks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yep.
And you can also keep your head held pretty goddamn high too at the end of the day, regardless.
Oh fuck yeah,
for sure. Because I know I gave it my all.
Yeah, and with that commitment too.
oh yeah, and that NFL GMs are loving that mentality as well. Because not all teams you go to are going to have a great year, be in a good spot to win lots of games. So it's definitely a good mentality to have.
That you're not afraid of hard work.
Yeah.
So
I like the work part. I mean, that's what really makes the game fun to me. Like the workouts, the hot summer days. I mean, honestly, like the game is the easy part. It's everything. It's Monday through Friday or Sunday through Friday or whatever.
I say it can't be that hot up there. I've seen the movie Hustle and Flow. Memphis is pretty goddamn hot, ain't it?
Memphis do get hot though. I ain't gonna lie.
Okay, I was gonna say. I see him. He's like, my balls is hot.
As far I ain't gonna lie, but the one thing I did have to get used to was the cold. That cold different.
Yeah.
That hits a little different, huh?
Yeah, I'm used to it now though. But when I first got up here, that cold different.
You're like Miami U looking real good right now. So you touched on, you got your degree and you're thinking about going back and expanding on that. What's next for Jaylin Williams? Ultimately, what are you trying to do next?
Well, I'm trying to have a good last year with IU, and then hopefully I'm blessed with the opportunity to go to the league. I mean, I feel like that's what every college football player wants to do. But for me, I mean, that's been one of my dreams since I was young. So hopefully I can fulfill that dream, check that off my checklist, and, let's try to that's obviously what I want to do. That's my dream. But I mean, I have a plan if it doesn't, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. So touch on that right there, what you just said. I have a plan if it doesn't. I have a question for that exactly, and that is, let's say by some dumb rare chance that you don't go to an NFL team, which I think you're going to. So I'm confident in that. But by some dumb chance you don't, would the USFL or the XFL be out of the realm of possibility?
Oh no! If I can play football, I'm gonna play football.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
If I can play football, I'm gonna play football. I don't care where it's at. But if that's the case, then I'm gonna definitely use that off season or off time to go back to school and try to get my master's and everything.
Hell
there
yeah.
we go.
I like it.
For sure.
So Jaylin, if you don't mind, we're gonna take you into one of our segments here called Rio's Randoms, and all it's gonna be is 3 random questions, kind of like a would you rather type of situation, lighthearted, hopefully funny. See how it goes like that. We're all gonna answer. You down for that?
Yeah, for sure. Come on.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. It is time for Rio's Randoms. Brought to you by Bo's Power Washing out of Belmont, Iowa. Make sure to hit them up for all your cleaning and power washing needs. It's summertime, so if you need your lawn mowed, hit him up. Make sure to contact him at 641-903-1720, and he'll get you hooked up. First up tonight, you have to remove one color in the world. What is it?
Son of a bitch.
Pink.
Pink.
Pink. Okay.
Pink. Jalen's got pink. All right. Jimmer's got
I was
daughters.
gonna say I would have a perverted response to that one right there. I don't want to see pink disappear.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
All right.
But-
you like wearing pink undies. We got it.
Yeah, got it. Man, reverse banana hammock. I don't know. That is a good one. I'd probably have to say brown.
Brown's pretty.
Blah. Like I could go without it, I guess.
Yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards like a green brown, like that. Baby poop fucking color. Whatever.
Yeah. Well, definitely the baby shit part of it. I mean,
Yeah.
we've changed plenty of diapers, and I've seen what's happened and what my sons have done in those, and even my daughters. That goes like a lot of people think girls are like, I don't know, shit like less than boys. No, dude, and they reek so bad.
It's awful.
I feel like girls definitely worse than boys.
Yeah, because they're keeping it in all day, right? So that shit's too. They ain't letting nobody know.
Yeah, they try to keep it in. When it do happen, it's like, bro.
Yes.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm like a yellow brown or something like that. Yeah, mustard, not great. Yeah. Go ahead and get rid of that. Number 2 on Rio's Randoms. If you had to give up one thing in your daily life right now, what would be the hardest?
The hardest thing to give up right now? Oh, man. Something I do I guess eating. I eat every day.
Yeah,
Right.
Okay, so he can't give up food. Can't give up the food.
I would say driving. I drive so much right now. Like, if I couldn't drive, I'm like,
I was going to say
I have so much going on in my life.
I was going to say
there's-
vehicles because, my fat ass ain't running nowhere.
Yeah, I'm telling
I
you.
like to eat. Yeah, I like to eat. So
I'm with
yeah.
you.
Hell
You
yeah.
see, right here.
Yep. Okay. So he's not going on a liquid diet is what you're saying, Jaylin.
no, I can't do that.
No.
What do you think, Danny?
Probably the gym. Going to the gym.
Going to the gym?
Yeah.
Yep, for sure. And using that Fitbod, right?
Using that Fitbod.
You know it.
There you go.
And my last one for tonight. You're in a football game. Ball is on the 2-yard line. Who are you stopping from scoring? DeAndre Hopkins,
Shit.
Megatron, Devontae Adams, Darren Waller, Travis Kelce. Those are your options. Who are you locking up? Who are you bodying? That's a tough list.
Yeah, we gotta let the D-bag go first.
Yeah, for sure.
Uh,
Because he's got the best chance out of all of us.
Exactly. Oh yeah, not even close.
I'll probably say Travis Kelce because he's probably the least quickest out of all of them.
I was heavily leaning that way, actually.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking, too.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, at first I was gonna say Devontae Adams. I hate the Packers,
No,
you know that, but that being real, because I was gonna do something dirty like trip him or something. But all you gotta do is breathe on a Packer and they get a flag. So,
Well, he's not with the Packers anymore, so. thank
well,
God.
now he is with the Raiders, so he's on the. Yeah, no. Yeah, mine's got to be Kelce. It's got to be. I mean,
Yeah, I was thinking about saying Waller, but Waller's basically a receiver, right? He's a big ass.
He's too big.
Yeah.
I mean, he's too big and he's quick. Like it's really like I would probably. I mean, yeah, for me, it probably would be Travis Kelce. Not saying it would be easy, but as far out of all those options,
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
or I could say DeAndre because he's gonna be maybe he misses the game that I'm supposed to with those 4-game suspension, baby.
Right? All right. Hell yeah.
Yeah, see, I would have stopped him, but he's too scared to come on the field.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's see. Gosh, you know what? So here's my plan, right? I'm gonna line up against Travis Kelce. I'm gonna start talking shit, right? He's gonna trash talk me so much he's gonna miss the ball when it's coming. So,
That's true. He likes to talk.
yeah, he likes to talk, right? That trash. So I'm just gonna get him talking trash because, right, he's probably gonna burn me all the way down the field. He's definitely in my ear when it's down on the 2.
you gotta also think about like the quarterbacks those guys had and the quarterbacks that Travis Kelce has had. What if he would have had them other quarterbacks? Would he beat Travis Kelce?
Right.
Hey, I'm all about that. We've chatted about that too. Like we've brought up like Mahomes, for instance. Like he has 2 guys that he goes to. He heavily targets. It'd be interesting to see when it's only Travis Kelce now and no Tyreek out there. We'll see how this goes. But I'm with you. Full blown targeting Travis, and you also have some blunders by the defense too because the ball is going to 2 guys, and yet you still don't put 2 guys on each one of them. So
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So it's all around choice for Travis Kelce tonight.
Picking on Travis Kelce.
Picking on Travis Kelce.
He's still a stud, bro.
Yeah, we'll tag you in this. So hit us up if you think you can burn the show. And that, folks, is what I have for Rio's Randoms tonight. Make sure you hit up our guy, Kevin Beauchart. He'll get you hooked up for all cleaning, power washing, mowing needs. He also moves snow in the wintertime. But, folks, we are on to summertime, so you don't need to worry about that.
no, just some mowing, weed eating, gutters. He'll take you. He'll hook you up.
That's right, baby. Well, I guess I'll be the first one to say, hey, thanks for coming on, Jaylin. This will be your last season, so I wish you the best of health, man, and want to see you guys turn around the season. I think you definitely can. So good luck with everything.
Yeah, I would like to say best of luck this season, except for against the Hawkeyes. Well, hold on. So I'm that type of guy, like especially like fantasy football. We play fantasy football, right? I want you to do good against the Hawkeyes, but I want your team to lose. Okay, is that okay? Can we work on
with all due respect?
with all due respect?
You even have to worry about that because we don't play them this year. Lucky for y'all.
Oh, I love it.
I didn't even look at the schedule. Damn it! Ouch!
He's like, shit
But-
on yourself, son.
Yeah.
Well, since you don't play, roll it up, baby.
Yeah.
Roll it up. Since
Yep,
you don't play
absolutely.
the Hawkeyes, you got it, man.
Absolutely. And hey, we do appreciate you being on, and I would love for you to come back on if you have an opportunity, maybe even mid-season, something like that. Kind of talk what you're going through and how your team's rolling.
Okay, for sure. We can talk about it, but thank you for having me for sure.
Yeah, real quick before we let you go, I know playing football at the next level in college is a privilege, and to be able to put yourself in a position to go to the NFL draft is amazing. Can you just put out there anybody you'd like to thank that's helped you along the way and get to this spot in your life?
Definitely thank my family, my coaches, and my friends, and definitely all my past teammates in the past who pushed me. I mean, in the time, and Coach Grayson, the coach who literally begged me to come out there and play 10th grade year. I probably would not have started back playing football if it wasn't for him. So I thank all those people. I wouldn't be here today without them.
That's
Heck yeah.
awesome.
Very cool. Podcast will be available later this evening and then on YouTube as early as tomorrow. We do thank you for your time and coming on with us, and we wish you luck this upcoming season.
For sure. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for having me. It was good talking with y'all.
Yes, sir.
Hey,
You too,
talk to you
Joe.
later,
Thanks,
Jaylin.
See ya.
Hey, guys. One thing that we've learned on the podcast, talking to all kinds of athletes, is that fitness is a journey. And that's why we've decided to partner with one of the best gym bag companies on the market. Imagine a seriously tough training partner that's guaranteed to keep you on your game, will never skip a sesh, is always there to level up your motivation, and will even organize your life and hold all your workout gear for you.
Meet King Kong bags, the toughest gym bags in the game. You can drag them around, pack them to the max, and take them on the toughest of adventures with confidence they aren't going to rip or stretch.
All King Kong bags are decked out with all the pockets and compartments you'll ever need. We're talking shoe compartments, laptop sleeves, multiple bottle pockets, wet zones for your towel, pockets for your gym accessories, meal prep storage, and even a unique weightlifting belt attachment.
If you take your training serious, you need a serious gym bag too. Are you ready to pack for greatness? Take their quiz and let the pros match you to your perfect gym bag.
Not convinced? Buy it, pack it, take it to the gym, get chalk all over it, and if it doesn't live up to the hype of being the #1 gym bag of over 80,000 fitness freaks worldwide, return it for a full refund. No questions asked.
Make sure you use knkg.com/sports for our exclusive $10 off discount, and we will get that link posted up for easy access. This ad is sponsored by King Kong Apparel.
Man, so good interview. I like Jaylin.
Yes.
That was a good time. But B, gentlemen, we are just a few days out from weigh-ins for the North Iowa fights this weekend.
Hell yeah.
I'm excited.
I'm jacked, man.
Be a good time.
It'd be a damn good time. That being said, hopefully, 4 to 6? Hopefully, you guys can make it up there. Maybe even visit with some of the fighters ourselves. And, it'll be a damn good time. And make sure you get your tickets to the event itself at the North Iowa Arena for North Iowa fights.
Yeah, it's going to be a good time. You got to show
21st.
some support. Come out to the weigh-ins. That'll be a fun night. You'll be able to kind of see what the atmosphere is like for that whole thing. Plus, you're going to obviously support the three gigsters up here, too.
Yeah.
So definitely do that. Check out the fights on Saturday night. There's a pretty cool belt that Mike's come up with. Realist Motherfucker, I think, is the name of the belt for one of the fights that are going on. So that'll be kind of cool. You know, it kind of a play on BMF.
I like it.
That Jorge's got,
Hell
right?
yeah.
So it's going to be a good time. There's going to
Jorge
be
also has charges, too, for sucker punching.
There is that.
He does.
But go ahead.
Brain damage? Is that what I heard?
Yeah.
But make sure you show your support. Come out. Like I said, either night, both nights, whatever the case is. Mike's doing a great job keeping this whole shit show together because there have been a lot of crazy things going on, but it's still going to be a kick-ass event. So,
we were going to touch on that a little bit on this one. So
might as well.
Yeah, let's go ahead and hit on that a little bit. So the main event.
Wait,
so,
that's our makes sense.
You want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
definitely.
Okay, then we'll save that part for that.
Yeah,
then.
good call, Rio.
But I did have to tell you about, you know,
put a Cheeto in
the
your ass,
the chronicles of James Sr. And the last episode, I was laughing because I can't remember what the hell we were talking about, but it struck an old memory.
Oh, okay.
So my dad, R.I.P., while in hospice, if you don't know what hospice is, that's kind of where you go, for the most part, that's where you go when your days are winding down.
To die.
Yeah, to die.
Okay.
Yeah, winding down. That's like the sensitive part for people that have had to go those.
With all due respect.
With all due respect. So my dad's there, kind of chilling. This is before like morphine completely takes over and you can't talk.
I can't. Hold on. To die. Like,
To
I
die.
can't believe this motherfucker. just
I
did
know,
that.
like to die. Oh, okay.
I said with all due respect.
Well, it wasn't the only thing. It's not necessarily the only thing that goes on there, but it's a high majority. That's what I was trying to get at. But
If you're going to hospice, ain't much happening else besides that shortly after. With all due respect.
Jesus Christ.
So
I said with all due respect.
So we're
I'm in the clear.
you're in the clear. It's not me. You can say what you want, Ricky Bobby. So we're sitting there a day or so before morphine completely takes over and you can't talk or anything like that. And for instance, I was like, "So how's it going, bud?" And he's like, "I'm doing good. You know that nurse over there. She's my friend. She gave me that morphine. Oh, it feels so good."
You know, speaking on that real quick, that's how I knew my dad was hurting when he went to the hospital over there and asked for give me some morphine. It's like, oh shit.
Yeah,
Like you must be really hurting.
Yeah. But he became instant friends with one of them. He also became instant friends with another one, and this is where I was laughing, and I don't know, disgusted. I have no idea. My dad's sense of humor takes mine, even blows mine out of the water. So I do believe this was after that. I left for a few hours, came back, and he was back in his room. And I was like, everything good and all that? He's like, oh, yeah. He's like, hell yeah. He's like, you have no idea. Best day in like the last like few months. Best day I've ever had. I'm like, dude, I just seen you a couple hours ago. What the hell are you talking about? He's like, I got a sponge bath by that there lady out there, and she rubbed that sponge, just barely touched that old butthole of my fucking. I got a semi. That's the hardest it's been in a couple months now. That I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Oh man.
I'm like, is that the reason why she's looking at me weird and she won't walk in here now? It's because you're telling her, you asked her to go over the brown eye again.
Oh fuck.
This is no bullshit. Like,
I think it's not clean. You're going to
yeah.
go over it again.
Yeah. He's like, I think he said something along the lines like, I'm almost there. If you could just go over it again. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Oh my God. I'm like, hey, I'm sure that isn't the most messed up thing she's probably heard since she's worked here, but damn.
Yeah,
that's James Senior action.
Yeah.
Just giving you a little. There's plenty more of those. But that one right there, I can't remember what we were talking about, but it's something to do with. I can't remember. I can't remember what it was. Just the other episodes, but it hit me.
Dude, that kind of sparks a memory of mine. I didn't know necessarily. Nobody touched my brown eye. But,
liar.
So I was I had some muscle pains or something going on when I was wrestling it. I can't remember what grade I was in. I was in high school, but my mom's like took me to a chiropractor. That didn't help. So she took me to, I think it was a chiropractor, but it was like a massage therapist. And let's just say, I know what Deshaun Watson was wanting, I guess, because, yeah, she was massaging on my shoulders and stuff. You know, like teenager you, I was like, doing, right?
What's doing?
Doing. When something in your pants grows a little bigger, Oh, yeah. I was like, dude, she wants it. Like, this lady wants
Yeah, that's exactly what she's here for.
Yeah, that is exactly. I was wrong. So wrong. I was so wrong.
So wrong.
I was so wrong. But, yeah, I was so confused.
So you didn't like...
Nah,
you've had a lot of confusing times in your lifetime when it comes to sexuality stuff. But so when you flipped over, you didn't like spray everywhere like Deshaun
I didn't flip
did,
over.
right?
So it was just like a back and shoulder deal because I think I was having problems with my shoulder blades or something like that.
Was your mom in the room?
She wasn't.
Oh, I was going to say, thank God.
My pants were on, though.
Yeah, I hope so.
Does that make
you get your back and shoulders done? Yes, I hope your pants are on.
Right? Hold on, let me get a little more comfortable. Sir, why aren't you wearing any underwear?
You nasty.
You said get comfortable. Okay, so don't put this on me, damn it.
This on me.
It's not my fault.
Anyways, yeah, I'm the pervert. She was just there for the back massage.
Is that it? That's all she was there for?
That was it. I'm there, like, walking, you know, how you walk weird.
Oh, you treat me like just everybody else that walks up in here?
Oh.
How dare you only give me the massage?
Yeah.
What is going on?
She wasn't my age range. She was, like, you know, only, like, 30, not, like, 70. Like, I'm...
Yeah, on that note, we'll go ahead and roll into news. The Orlando Magic win the 2022 NBA Draft Lottery, followed by the Thunder, Rockets, Kings, and Pistons. Then the Knicks fell out of the top 10 yet again. Just can't catch a break.
Yeah. There's a few options up there to take it number one, so I'm curious.
Who would you lean towards? You're thinking that Paolo, or are you thinking that Chet?
Probably Paolo. I'm not a big fan of the Gonzaga kid. I just think he's too small.
I think he is too.
He's got to gain a lot of weight. He's springy. He'll get you some blocks and stuff, but he's got some growing to do, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. There's intriguing guys coming from college here, maybe it's me being a little biased, but I've just been so impressed with all these guys coming over from like Europe, and you know, obviously the Luka deal, but it seems like they're almost more defined, more tuned, I guess,
more ready
more ready.
Yeah.
They don't have to. It seems like the guys in college kind of have to have an adjustment period. Not all of them. There are some studs out there that come in, and obviously Kobe, LeBron, stuff like that. But I think they're just so more polished. So I don't know.
I think playing that pro brand of basketball overseas, no matter where you are overseas, playing that pro brand elevates you and makes you more pro ready. I mean, look what LaMelo Ball. Like, I don't think he was ready out of high school. You know, I bet you if he would have went to college somewhere like in the United States too and actually played, I don't know if he'd be the same player had he not played some games in that Australian league that he was in. But I'm still going to be 100% partial to Paolo Banchero. I think he has that swag. I think he has that I will take over if I need to, but still have no problem like deferring to my teammates too when I. Yeah. So that's the type of player that I would be looking for. Now, granted, it's the Orlando Magic, so they know how to go ahead and mess up a lot of either that or the stepping stone. They're like the minor league team. So you go ahead and you get there, you turn into being a great player, and then we're going to go somewhere else.
Go to a big boy team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. The Miami Heat used a huge 39-14 third quarter to take game one behind Jimmy Butler's big all-around game. The Celtics were without Marcus Smart and Al Horford for that game, though.
Yeah, that's definitely key. Here's the other thing. How many games can Jimmy Butler do this?
I can tell you he can do them. He can do all of them. But if he does all of them, he will have nothing left for the finals. Mm-hmm. So he could do this, absolutely, regularly. I think it was a pretty good team effort. But that being said, let's see when they're fully staffed for the Celtics. I know every team's going through, especially in this part of the season, everyone's going through a bang-up period. Everyone's hurting, you know. We talked about it. I don't think it's changed my opinion yet. I still believe Celtics. Yep. I still think the Celtics are going to finish that.
They're missing some, pretty critical pieces.
They are. They are. Especially their, defensive leader too. And we'll see, I guess. But I wasn't shocked by his stat line. I mean, that's what he does. But then he's going to have a really small game or two that you're going to be like, well, where were you on that one?
Yeah, that's what I think Rio and I were talking about that when we predicted who's going to get to the finals. the way Miami wins is if he averages like 45 a game. And he did game 1, right? 41, 42 points, whatever.
Yep.
He's going to have to do that every game if they're going to win it.
Yeah,
And
I think you're right.
I don't think he'll be able to against that defense with Smart back and everything, man. I don't. Maybe he'll have another game like that, but I don't.
Well, wait until Smart's up on him and it's getting chippy because they're both chippy individuals like that too, and throw his game off a little bit. I'm not trying to like downgrade Jimmy Butler or anything like that, but
no, big fan.
You're not facing the man-to-man defender. I don't know, the defensive player of the year either.
Right.
That would be on you. And yeah, I think we'll see. I like to see like if they come back next game and then we see and they still end up pulling it out, then I may change my tune.
Right.
Commissioner Adam Silver says NBA is working with WNBA for Brittany Griner's release from Russia.
Adam Silver.
You're working on it? I'm not sure how much this has to do with him and them.
Right. This is just me, and this could be 100% American arrogancy. Arrogant. Work with what? You have one of our citizens. No holds bar is kind of what my attitude is. Like we're talking about over a little, whatever the hell it was, peace pipe, whatever the fuck it was. I don't care. It was one of the vape pens, marijuana vape pens, or whatever the fuck it was. You've had her way, way, way too long. In fact, it would have, diplomacy would have been out the door, especially after a few days having the conversations. Be like, all right, done playing. You have one of our citizens over something, especially over something stupid, in my opinion.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Like, you're working with what? You're gonna pay him. You're gonna pay that country money to get your.
Probably, yeah.
Well, then you should have already done it.
I agree.
If it was only about money and whatever, then you should have already done it. Mm-hmm. And
Yeah, I don't know. I think if you go to a country and you break the law, I mean, what do you expect? If somebody from, say, Mexico come over here and broke the law,
we send them back usually. We send them back. Literally.
So if they murder somebody, you'd send them back, or would you?
Right, I didn't say. Yeah, but this isn't murder. That's exactly what I said. I said what this is a per case thing.
If they had drugs, you wouldn't want to prosecute them here.
They do, and then they get shipped back. Literally, they literally get released and shipped back.
And it takes time to prosecute, right?
Well, not maybe.
Yes,
we're talking about something. We're talking about something pretty damn small, though.
Now I agree.
For a dime bag, do you think anyone's staying in jail for more than 10 days?
Yeah, now probably not.
No, not even now. I'm talking about even when it was full blown illegal. You weren't staying in for 10 days. That's a fact. You can go back and look at that. We're talking about little vape pens, and even if you just put it into like our old school, like our old way of talking, a dime bag, you would not have been in jail for definitely more than 10 days. Mm-hmm. That's what we're talking about. We're putting it in perspective here.
Right.
She didn't shoot the officer after she got popped with it.
Right, and most everywhere is more strict than the United States, right? So
right.
I
this
get it.
This
now,
strict though.
I agree. This should have been taken care of by far now.
I'm sure she paid her taxes over there when she was getting paid by Russian league, so they got money.
Yeah, definitely probably should have been taken care of by now and figure something out.
Well, that's the thing. I feel like it's definitely a political deal because we've talked about this. She went over there. She's played a lot over there. Mm-hmm. Probably made more money over there than she has here, right? So I doubt that this is the first time she's brought that vape pen with her through the airport and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Right, just randomly one time.
Opportunity is an opportunity for them to be like, oh, you broke the law. So amidst everything else going on, it does feel like it's a political thing, and
yeah, definitely,
100%. Woman has been granted emergency protective order against Rajon Rondo, and alleges the Cavaliers point guard threatened her with a gun.
Yeah, I seen that. Not a great look. We'll see what comes out of this.
I want to see the details of.
Yeah, more come out and what
happened, like why.
Yeah,
if there was a gun involved, like why.
Yep.
I'm gonna unless you're coming after someone's kid or family. I can't imagine why you'd be pulling a gun on.
Right.
Somebody, a female, especially. Matt Harvey suspended 60 games by MLB for the distributing of oxycodone, which we kind of
implicated in the Tyler Skaggs death and old deal, and he was on the stand and whatnot, and yeah, Sucks for him, I guess. I wonder what he's going to get, or if he gets, I guess, jail time. Right? So what is it, 60 games?
I thought it got approved. I thought that was part of him testifying.
Was
that he
NBA?
can't, immunity for the charges.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. That's
The 60 games, that's pretty sketchy shit. Like, I don't know about 60 games doesn't seem...
like enough at all.
Yeah.
No, because isn't that like the first thing when you pump PEDs into your own system? Right?
Right.
So what I'm getting at is like we'll go back to the drug use, just drug use in general, like we were saying, right? Somebody uses some meth, or they have some meth on them, but they're using it. Their jail time is going to be a hell of a lot less than the person that sold them.
Yeah.
That traditionally is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You were distributing it. 60 games kind of seems.
Yeah.
But you just didn't. They just banned. No, I'm mixing up leagues on that one. My bad. I'm mixing up leagues on that. The baseball.
Here's a question for you. If, say, you could, like, look into the future, and if you somehow doing meth would make you a better professional player at something, would you do it?
No.
Okay.
No way, shape, or form.
Okay.
I would do steroids before that, and I'm not for
yeah.
steroids either. So
I'm
I'm not anti. If someone uses them, I don't give a shit. I'm just saying I'm not going to pump that. I wouldn't pump that into my body. But
Right.
If you want to pump some steroids into yours, some HGH,
Hell yeah, dude.
You
Unless
know?
we're getting in a fight at a bar, then fuck that shit, dude. Like, let's get a test where we have a fight.
right? Or just be cool and not have to worry. Like, dude, take a joke, even if it's
Yeah.
heavily slated at you. Come on,
With all due respect.
with all due respect. Just remember that. Vikings assistant head coach Mike Pettin organizes a coaching diversity summit for entry-level candidates. Kind of all moving in the right direction here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Moving in that direction, for sure.
You left a word out.
I
right,
just said-
the right direction.
I just said, all I said was that direction that the NFL wants it to go.
Yeah, but he kind of took it upon himself. Otherwise, if it was heavily the Vikings telling him to do so, then the head coach would be kind of right.
I don't know.
Or maybe not. Maybe they're like, hey,
Yeah.
we still want to win games, so we'll just have one of your assistants take care of this.
Yeah. Then the team gets credit still.
Vikings and win games doesn't go together, so I'm lost.
Do you want to go back and look at records over the last?
We have.
Yeah.
We have.
And the
And
Vikings
we
are
had
better.
you. We had you beat.
No, you did not.
Yeah, we had you beat by just like 3 games. Do you not remember this?
Not true.
Do you not remember?
Not
this?
after the yeah. We'll just keep taking the years up. We'll go to 2000.
I was going to say, yeah, because that was a stipulation. You're like, okay,
was
I'll
after
give you
the Super
that.
Bowl.
I'll give you
Yeah.
that, and then we'll see. I think we had you beat by like 3 games.
Doesn't count. There was a Brad Childress here and there where it was like 3 and whatever. Yeah.
Now you had me on the baseball one. We did the whole Twins deal, and yeah, y'all smoked us, Rangers.
Well, yeah, we have World Series championships.
Yes.
Well, that does not do that. We were talking.
Well, that doesn't what?
We were talking
Okay,
overall
yeah.
wins. So that had nothing.
I
to do
thought
with
you
it.
were
No,
talking about what?
we weren't talking about that. We were talking about wins.
Yeah, absolutely. Ex-New York Giants cornerback James Bradbury reaches on a 1-year deal with the Eagles.
Yeah, dude, Eagles are. God, that's a scary team now. So
Yeah, well, they let him go, and it goes to your one of your biggest rivals.
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know though. He wasn't that great last year, so I mean, still an upgrade from what they've had.
Well, was it whatever was going on in New York too, though? Maybe. I mean,
I don't know.
their defense was okay last year.
Yeah.
Okay, being the
He was graded pretty bad, so I don't know. It could have been maybe
Could have been system. We'll see how it goes.
System scheme, but I mean, on paper, Eagles have drastically improved.
Yeah.
Of course, with that many draft picks and whatnot,
and just being way better than the Cowboys. So yeah, we know.
They might have the better quarterback.
I think we beat them by like 40 last year.
I saw.
Jalen Hurts did
I
play.
did see something a little ridiculous, right? Like I'm all about dark horses and stuff like that. We get a little rambunctious talking some shit. But I saw some dude put a dark horse MVP as Jalen Hurts. That's not a dark horse. That's not even a shot. That's no way, right? That's absolutely no way that would happen.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh, my God.
Hold on. Here's
I
the thing.
opened
They
can.
have to have the wins, right?
Yeah.
He was a great fantasy quarterback, right? Put up a bunch of stats.
Yeah.
If they have the
I
wins.
honestly am shocked by both of you right now.
I told you the same thing about Kirk Cousins. You're like, y'all are about Kirk Cousins. Same thing. Kirk Cousins has amazing stats, right? didn't have the wins to back it up.
Jalen Hurts was not putting up Kirk Cousins stats, so he's not going to beat up.
He's still young
agree.
though. He
agree.
could
No,
take a
I'm
shot,
just
you
talking
know?
about. I'm just talking about this year.
Yeah.
It doesn't say future.
last
in
year,
future
yeah.
years. I'm talking about like this upcoming season only.
So, I mean,
I don't know if I
not
see that.
out of the realm. I don't think, but they've got to have the wins to back it up. Kind of
They will. They play in the soft NFC East, so.
Well, it was soft enough to beat the fucking Vikings up. So
Well, it should be Josh
the
Allen.
NFC. Hold on, the NFC North is going to be dog shit this year.
No. Sleepers.
Overall wins, I bet the NFC East has more.
You're making me choose.
You're
making me choose against the Giants.
I was gonna say, let's rattle off a couple teams in your division.
I think the Lions are to surprise people.
Okay, so then
Yeah,
bet
they
it.
are.
I think they'll be hovering around that 500 mark, somewhere in that ballpark.
I think they're going to be right with the Bears.
Yep.
Yeah.
They may even be above them. But what weird? We're gonna get into that one.
We
Yes,
are
sir.
going to touch that division. So no.
No, I don't think Jalen Hurts is completely out of the realm of possibility. Though. If they have
I'm-
a good season,
I'm shocked,
he's going to
gentlemen.
put up stats.
I'm
Rio's got
shocked.
a-
right now.
I think it's not. I don't think he'll do it, but I don't think it's like unfathomable.
I think it's unfathomable. I am actually shocked that you two are okay. All right. When I saw it, I was like, "Come on, man."
I think like I said, I think he's got to have the team has to have the wins, right? I think the opportunity is there for him to throw the ball a lot, right? So,
Yeah.
Just
I just thought it was insane when I read it. It was crazy.
I don't think right now he's top 10 on my list, like who I'd put. No,
No.
but I think if they come
I
out and he
I
balled
still
out,
think it's crazy just saying that out loud. I don't mind Jalen Hurts. I like Jalen Hurts. I think if he's given a fair shake, which looks like they've done, right?
Yeah.
I think they've given him every opportunity right now, and they've given him some weapons, and we're gonna build around you and see what you can do. Like this is your opportunity right now. Don't say you weren't given one.
Yep.
This is it. So, and I think he's above average quarterback for sure.
yeah,
That's and that may be his floor actually. Just his floor is above average because he can extend stuff, and he started becoming a better passer later on in the season too.
yeah.
Ohio State to extend football coach Ryan Day's contract 2 years through 2028 for $9.5 million annually.
They'll extend it another 2 when they beat Michigan by 35 too. So
I did see that the other day. I laughed. I'm like, not happening. So. I was like, easy money.
$9.5 million. Actually, Ohio State may still be getting a steal then.
oh yeah.
He's still bringing in battling 4 or 5-star quarterbacks on a regular basis. He's still bringing in. They're not missing a beat. They may not be in the college football playoff yet or whatever and playing for a championship, but I can still see it coming. I mean, he's not missing. What I'm saying is he's not missing a beat. He still has all these recruits coming in, so
Correct.
they might have gotten a steal with that 9.5.
Yeah.
Pac-12 scraps divisions after NCAA Division I Council votes to eliminate requirements for FBS conference title games. So they'll be just straight blocked.
Straight blocked, and hopefully some better scheduling then. Not having to worry about playing your side or whatnot, in the divisions
Kind of
inside
like,
the conference.
and this will be the first, and I'll be the first one to admit right now, that's what has also helped Iowa through the years. So if Big Ten follows suit, it would be a little more difficult.
Yes.
Yeah, a ton more difficult.
Well, they usually face one of those top ones from the other side, and that's when we pull an upset. But when you have to face, when you have a legit opportunity of having to play 3 or 4 of them from that other side in one season, then we're talking different
Iowa's
yeah.
definition of pretenders, right?
Excuse me?
Definition of pretenders.
No.
What happens when it comes down to actually
we win
doing
bowl
the
games. What do you do?
We win national
Do you guys go to a bowl game?
Depends.
Okay.
When we want to.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about when it looks like you should walk through it.
Speaking of which, since you just opened the door a little bit,
Okay.
there's a big time book that came out. I'm not a mass reader of that type. Need to start reading more. It'd be better for me.
Probably can't read at all.
Nah, I'm working on it. I graduated from Mason City High School. That being said, dude writes about. I forgot all about it. He keeps blowing up Texas about this, that, and the other. When you guys should have been even in that game. Should have been Auburn.
In what game?
The BCS National Championship game.
Oh, we should have been in. What are you talking about?
No.
Yeah.
Auburn.
No.
Yes.
Should have been us. 100%.
There was a big old deal about that. I forgot about it because I was quite a bit younger at that time, but it was like a huge deal. The college football playoff wasn't there obviously in time for that, but like it was a pretty decent controversy at that time.
But guess what?
I got robbed.
but guess what?
But guess what? They wanted the ones that filled the stands, I guess. But Auburn could do that too.
Best game, best college game ever.
Not even true.
It was a great game.
Alabama, Clemson.
I think I have a couple articles.
Alabama, Georgia.
Auburn.
I have
Alabama,
I have
Auburn.
a few articles that you can read that differ in by highly reputable
Yeah, they're probably.
editors.
Yeah, they're
Out
probably.
of what? The Dallas, Texas area?
Yeah.
ESPN.
Dallas
Are you fucking
Morning.
kidding me?
Yeah, but they
It's
came
on
from,
ESPN.
Yeah, but they came from the Dallas Morning Star as their previous job.
That I don't know. Cannot confirm.
Confirm or deny. The NCAA Division I Council announced on Wednesday that it is waiving the initial counter scholarship limits for 2 years within Division I football. So what that means is I do believe it's 23 or 25. I did have it up. That is allowed for each team. I think it's 23. You're going to be allowed up to 7 more. It was unlimited was a strong word, but you're going to be allowed 7 more to see how it reacts, especially with all the transfer portal stuff.
Mm-hmm. This horse shit.
Wow.
NCAA fixed the wrestling scholarships. They are offered 9 full scholarships. 9. 12-man lineups.
Why
crazy.
put a limit on that if the school is
Exactly.
willing to pay for it?
Exactly.
Right.
That, like I don't know. I don't know if you guys can educate me on that. It just like off the top of my head, why would it matter?
Yep. Doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense, and there's plenty of money there. But it just
Like if they're willing to offer it, why are you telling them that they can't? That's out of their pocket. That's
Right.
out of their university's
Is that
pocket.
their way to try to spread the wealth a little bit of like talent? Because if you're getting a scholarship, you're talented, right? So are they trying to spread that a little bit?
yeah, that I
don't
don't
know.
know.
There's not that many schools, right, that actually wrestle though.
Right.
Like compared to like football
Right,
and basketball,
football.
obviously, and
Yeah.
stuff like that. But
Right.
I mean, for the longest time, I didn't even know that Texas didn't even offer wrestling. I just assumed they did. He had to educate me that a few years ago.
Yeah.
I just assumed they had one. I just wasn't into wrestling, so I didn't know. There's all kinds, like, and only 9
9.
should be able to do the whole damn team
Yeah, it doesn't make
if
sense.
they want to. There's gonna be plenty of wrestlers out there. That's what my point. Like,
They didn't make it even across the board, I think, because what I didn't know actually was, in the football you can dress for the school 4 times and not burn your red shirt.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as you strap on a singlet of the team in wrestling, boom, red shirt gone, burned. 9 scholarships only. It's kind of crazy.
That's shitty.
And
yeah.
I don't know if it's the same for other sports, but because I do follow wrestling heavily, I know that, and it's like, why? How? How's that even right? Whatever.
the XFL reaches a multi-year agreement to air all games on ESPN and other networks owned by the Walt Disney Company.
Hell yeah, except for the Walt Disney part. But out there putting dicks in children shit and stuff. But you haven't seen that? The Walt Disney dicks drawn in all the cartoons and stuff?
Yes, I have.
Oh,
but
okay. That's what I'm saying.
The occasional one that by chance they just so happen to slip in.
What
It wasn't like a lunchbox full of veiny masterpieces or anything.
Yeah, as somebody at this table could draw.
Some of us are talented. I don't know.
Those are a nice penis.
He's like, just tracing my own.
Is what it is.
Yeah, you
but
draw
that-
cartoon
but this-
characters
but
and not
this
put
is-
a dick in there somewhere.
But this is heavy competition right there. They've swung full bore, right?
Yeah.
Trying to kick the USFL off there.
And yeah.
USFL has the multi-year deal with Fox Sports and going a little higher.
Man, yeah, it's pretty cool. I wonder if because The Rock is a huge part of promoting that.
Yep.
I wonder if he's got something to do with it, because he'll have to show his face more or something like that, maybe before games or.
I'm a venture guess.
Things
Like,
like
hey,
that.
gonna need you on the sidelines every so often like that. And
Right.
as I think he's one of 3 or 4 owners of it. So
Yeah.
it's got to be something like that, right? To land a ESPN deal versus that. Either that or ESPN is getting, like, we don't want to lose any version of eyes. And this is a chance for once basketball's done right now. They lost some baseball games because of the Apple deal and Amazon deal and whatever the hell else is going on. So they lost some of those. They don't want to lose any viewership. Maybe they're thinking just anything.
Yep.
Buccaneers quarterback Tom Brady will be featured in an upcoming Netflix roast special.
Perfect. Love it. Going to tune in.
Exactly. I am chalking this one down. It's getting saved. Watching that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Can't wait. I want to see who it is. Like, I don't want any hold back. I want, I don't know, whoever you could possibly think of the funniest guys, whether it be Kevin Hart. I want somebody that hates the Patriots too. Like, they were literally like a comedian that hated the Patriots so much that they actually get to just unleash that whole thing.
Like Giselle said, those aren't the only balls of yours that are deflated. With
all due respect.
With all due respect.
An MRI has revealed that former Chicago Bears running back Tariq Cohen suffered a ruptured Achilles tendon during a training session being live streamed on his Instagram account.
Yeah, it was tough to watch. Trying to come back from ACL. Hasn't been able to get signed to a team because he can't pass a physical. Because of that, said ACL injury, and then this happens. Guessing football's done. I imagine. So. Yeah. Considering he couldn't even get cleared from the ACL yet and pass physicals, then this happens. So you're looking at he's out another year. It's another, slight possibility you give that ACL a little more time to heal and you're going to be off of it. But then, you probably got another full year. That's 2 years out of the league and out of it. So I would guess, I think he's 25. I'm guessing he's done.
Maybe it's a blessing. Now he is being forced to let his body rest, right? He was trying to push it, trying to get through to, pass those tests and everything.
Yeah.
And ultimately that fucked him. So now maybe, all right, dude, now you can't do anything. So relax, let yourself heal and
get yourself straight to give yourself the best opportunity, the best shot to try to come back. Yeah.
Right.
This will be our nice little segue into it at some point here. Green Bay Packers and Jair Alexander finalized a 4-year, $84 million extension with a DB record-breaking signing bonus of $30 million.
Fake cap, man.
Fake cap.
Yeah.
But, well-deserved. He's a stud, shutdown corner.
Shut down strong.
He's a stud. He's a stud.
He is a stud, though.
He's a stud, yeah.
He's going to get that money from somebody.
Yep.
Great corner, so well-deserved.
Yes, sir. And that's what I got for news, gentlemen. Roll into a strange law here that I found. There's quite a few in the wonderful state of Massachusetts, by the way. In Boston, Massachusetts, it is illegal to take a bath unless instructed to do so by a physician.
Showers are cool, but don't you dare sit down on the tub.
There you go.
Oh, shit. What's going on with that?
Nasty.
No wonder everybody's so mad over there all the time.
Probably somebody, you know what? Probably somebody left skid marks on the bottom of their tub once, and they're like, fuck this shit.
Yep.
Leave me in your own underwear and walk around with it.
Hell yeah.
That's what it is. People trying to waffle stomp their shit into the tub instead of the shower.
Right?
Come on.
Yep. You got your kids, a turd pops up. You're like, whoa.
Hold on. How did she put that? She's like, we all shit in the shower.
Well, what?
The only question is whether you waffle stomp it down or you launch it into the toilet from.
Right.
Just reach around the corner and drop it in the
I just pick it up and rub it in between my hands till it disintegrates.
There's a lot of nutrients, I imagine, right?
Oh,
it's
yeah.
good for the skin.
Put it on
right there.
Yeah, just like Lyoto Machida. I think he drank his own pee. Didn't want to waste any of the nutrients. Yeah. Speaking of UFC, did y'all see? Looks like sounding like Dan Hooker versus Conor McGregor coming up.
I didn't see that.
A lot of rumblings about that.
I did see John Jones' sparring partner, a former heavyweight, I guess, was saying that he would have no problem taking out Big Boy. Jesus.
Ngannou?
Francis or
Stipe?
Like,
I love me some John Jones.
Exactly.
Stipe might be the GOAT in that weight, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm a John Jones fan as a fighter, not his personal decisions and lifestyle, but fan of his. Like whenever you go up weight, to me it's always skittish. I mean, it just happened in boxing. Canelo just went up and got rocked up there, right? Mm-hmm. It's one of the best. He was the best pound for pound boxer right around there, just before he went up. Like it's a lot more difficult than what people think, especially when you're about to fight dudes that are used to being there. You know?
Yeah.
He's bulked up. He's done a lot of lifting weights and getting up to that. Now, my concern, ring rust. He's been out a long time. And it's, there's no fight on the future for him. So how long is this going to last?
Has he gotten a hit as hard as what he's about to get hit with up there? Yes, the ring rust is a very real thing. I get that. But I'm just talking about once you get hit by a big, massive fist with all that weight behind it, don't know if you're quite used to that. Yeah. He's one of the best defensive fighters maybe in UFC history, like just all-around defensive fighters.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting, but I did see that. Khabib is beating down or
Dana,
message Dana, and Dana. He's like, for the first time ever, he didn't respond to me. He's trying to get Islam to
fighting Dubai
versus Oliveira.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That should be the fight, too.
Yeah, that Dan Hooker one isn't happening. I know you're trying, but it's going to be – I'm on board with Danny now. I am.
I'm not trying anything.
It's going to be – it'll be a championship one. It'll be a championship one. Somebody.
I was just saying, I've seen that come across. There was rumblings. I mean, I'm sure Conor is definitely not wanting that fight, but –
yeah. And you guys ready to roll into some NFC North?
Yeah, let's kick her off.
Chicago. I got the Packers up.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I got Chicago up. Fuck you.
I hate both
of
them.
I've got the Lions up, so
perfect. Sure, we can go Green Bay because they're probably going to win the division. So,
well, let's calm down.
Not this year, son.
Nope. This is that steady decline, right?
Okay.
Or the rapid decline.
Could be rapid.
Quick hitters on this. We've touched on Aaron Rodgers getting his contract, this huge, massive deal. I don't know if they try to find a trade partner for Jordan Love, especially if he actually fulfills these 3 years. Try to get something. Because you're going to need something in the wide receiver department, my friends. They're set at running back with Aaron Jones, A.J. Dillon. A.J. Dillon was a monster last year, right?
So good, man.
And even more reps would just make him even stronger, I think. So Aaron Jones better stay healthy, otherwise he may lose his job all around. But the wide receivers it's Allen Lazard, who I like, but we're talking about you trying to become the number one, I guess, at this point. Sammy Watkins, who we all know plays maybe 5 games a year. And out of those 5, he may have one studly game. That's his career now. Christian Watson's the projected starter as a third wide receiver, but Amari Rodgers, I guess maybe they're seeing something on the reason why they didn't target very many, like go after some of these heavy hitter wide receivers. They did get that cat from was that Baylor? No. When they traded up with the Vikings grab. North Dakota State. There you
Christian
go.
Watson. That was
Yeah, I did say that.
That was that.
Yeah, but Amari Rodgers, unless they're seeing something on the field, because he was a draft pick from the year before from Clemson.
Yeah.
I just don't know who he's going to throw the ball to. A lot of Robert Tonyan, who he's never really been keen on throwing to a tight end, so he'd have to kind of change his style a little bit.
And he doesn't put up with mistakes. And these rookies are going to have some mistakes, and he's going to be like, well, fuck off, and throw the ball somewhere else. I don't know where to.
Now. There's no Devontae there anymore. So
yeah. This surprised you that they went 2 defensive picks right away?
Yes and no. Like, they've been doing this.
Yeah, what is it, 20 straight years without a wide receiver in the first round?
Yeah. Damn it. Old Broncos won, too. He was a Bronco and a Packer. Javon Walker was their last first-round wide receiver.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, their offensive line was getting banged up last year, off and on. David Bakhtiari. They do have John Runyon. They let their center go. Didn't you say that? He walked in free agency. It'll be interesting there.
And a guard too.
They have plenty of help on defense though.
Yeah.
You know, they do. They stacked up. They already had a pretty damn good defense before that. And then they added, like you just so eloquently put it, they just added 2 more in the draft in the first round.
Yeah. It was really weird for them to, one, not take the wide receiver. Some pieces left on the O-line, right? They take a guard in the 3rd round and a guard in the 4th round. So, in free agency, they didn't do much there. Re-signed Tanyan, obviously, Aaron Rodgers. They went after Jerron Reed, Devontae Campbell, another defensive piece, 5 years, $50 million, Rasul Douglas, and then, of course, their punter. But, yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. I don't think they did enough to offset. Oh, boy, he went to the Raiders. Devontae. I just can't. Yeah, and it scares me.
And then Jarvis just signed down there in New Orleans. So
right.
I don't know.
So you miss out on that. What are you hoping for? Odell Beckham. Right. The Rams went him, and I'm not going to trust Christian Watson coming from that small school. Sorry.
I think Odell knows he's not going to the Rams though. He replied to somebody's tweet or something I saw the other day, and he's like, "I know where I'd love to play, but I can't play for free, man."
Right. Yeah.
And he's not going to be able to get paid.
Yep.
Anymore down there. So
right.
He might be the guy if he heals up. But I don't know.
That they try to target.
Definitely a guy that's out there.
Well, I'm sure that movement of the Jair Alexander was actually not only to lock him up, but also to relieve some cap space right now. So maybe it would be something like that, like what you're saying, Odell. But until they do it, we keep thinking they're going to grab a receiver, and they never do.
Right.
Yeah.
We keep saying, "Oh, this guy's out there still. Grab him." No, he signed somewhere else.
Right. And, you go out and you pay your quarterback this much and you don't get him weapons. Most bizarre thing I think I've seen.
Especially when you sign him to the contract.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Quay Walker, Devontae Wyatt, great pieces, but I think the need, obviously you have an aging quarterback, you're in a win now mode, right? Yep. The division is, I feel this division is probably the most wide open. The Vikings always shit the bed, but I think they're right there. Green Bay's right there. Sorry, they do. Do they not? Every year you think you had a good team, and what do they do?
No expectations this year, so we're on rocket.
That's right.
There you go. I like it. But honestly, I mean, every year it's like, okay, actually, and sometimes in the back of my mind, I'm like, oh, Vikings could be good this year. What they do? Disappoint.
Yep.
I think Detroit's going to be a little better. Bears are still going to be down there. But I think this division is wide open. But I don't like what the Packers did. I think they grabbed some decent defensive pieces. They didn't do enough for agency. You were capped by signing your quarterback to that big of a deal. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, sure, your defense up front is probably going to be a little stronger. But overall, I do not like what they have done. I think you got Tanyan cheap because he's coming off that injury. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, I don't like it. What they have done this offseason.
Not at all. The Packers and the Bears.
But besides hoodwinking the Vikings in the draft, I think that was the best move of their offseason so far.
I'm still seeing people. By the way, I'm still seeing people defend that.
Yeah, that's horseshit.
I'm on the same board with you.
You can't let your division rival trade up and grab a position of need.
The last time we did this with the Lions, they got Java Best, and we ended up with, and I can't remember, it was a damn good player.
But
I'm like, I don't care. Like, we shouldn't be doing that.
Right.
You don't do that.
One, you don't do it in the division. Two, that's what Green Bay needed, a receiver, and you let them trade up to grab one.
Right.
Yeah,
Whether I like them or not.
I guess the mindset was somebody's going to trade them, and why wouldn't we try to take some assets away from them if they're going to get ultimately what they want anyway? I'm like, I don't care. Make them. They'd have to spend more to get in front of me. Mm-hmm. So isn't that the same thing? They're still giving up.
Yeah. Yeah. It doesn't.
I was like, no. Where are we trying to go next, gentlemen?
Who do we want to go?
Vikings. Let's just go down how they ended the season.
Okay. So I have. Obviously, we're Viking fans, so I tend to get more optimistic than
I'll tell you where you're wrong.
And I will, but I'm usually this part of the year, I usually beat down on my team.
Yeah, we'll touch the free agent additions: Sean Mannion, Johnny Munt.
Oh, will we? Hey, thanks for cutting me off.
I'm just kidding. Slotman, center guard, Bills D tackle Harrison Phillips. I do like that pick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
pick up for y'all. Re-signed Zadarius Smith, 3 years, $42 million. Jordan Hicks got signed to your $10 million, and a punter. So those are your free agent additions. I do like the Harrison Phillips, Zadarius Smith. Obviously, a nice pickup for you. I'm hoping actually to sneak.
Jordan Hicks is going to be a sneaky one too, though. High end tackles. He was played for the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
they only got rid of him to let their early draft pick from Tulsa play. So nice signing for sure.
So overlooking this, like we have, their offense is what it is. They're getting a key piece back that they were supposed to take a boom last year. In Irv Smith Jr. It'd be interesting to see like that going there. KJ Osborne was one of my surprise ones for last year, and he had himself a few games last year. Mm-hmm. For the most part, what you get in Adam Thielen, except for he's getting up there a little long in the tooth, and it's starting to hit injury-wise, hammies, legs, stuff like that. Justin Jefferson, pretty damn close to the best in the business. I'm not going to say the best in the business because, I'm not going to get too arrogant with it. Dalvin Cook, but can he stay healthy, especially with that extra game? And Kirk Cousins, everyone keeps beating down him, but he's always like right there, And, he hasn't missed a game. So bare minimum out of all these contracts he's gotten from Minnesota and how much they paid him and this, that, and the other, the one thing you can say bare minimum is he's never missed a game. So he's going to be there for that game day. Offensive line is still –
this is a year you're saying he's due.
I don't know. I really don't know yet because new head coach, I'm interested to see. I wasn't sold on Kevin O'Connell when they first got it.
Saying.
Huh?
Injury bug.
No. He's taken a way worse whooping, and the offensive line has gotten better.
Dark Horse MVP.
Huh?
Dark Horse MVP.
There you go.
Got to have the wins.
They will.
This bitch.
They will. Now you're having me flip the other way just because you're talking shit. But the offensive line has gotten better. Kevin O'Connell, I wasn't sold on right at the beginning. I just thought everyone's going to keep plucking from the McVay tree, and eventually someone's going to, grab the wrong one, Listen to him talk, though. The dude knows what the hell he's talking about, and I came out impressed. We'll see how that translates and everything, but he sounded very, very impressive to me.
So did your GM, and then he fucking traded in the division, so let people move up.
Well, he's an analytical guy, so I guess we'll see.
Rookie mistake.
That's like I understand that. I'm with you on that. But if it ends up turning into like a Super Bowl, then guess what?
If
keep that North Dakota State wide receiver, bitch.
Honestly, though,
right.
if we take those two out, the Packers and the Lions bullshit that we did, if you just look at the draft and what we got, I think it was a good draft. Solid draft. But you can't just leave those out.
You're right. And I heard so he takes into consideration, as in Kuefe, he takes into consideration everybody. Everybody in the room has a voice. So they were all, like if they had anything. He was actually ready. I read an article about this. He was ready to trade back out of the first round, like get out of the first round even after he moved back. He actually listened to his guys in the room and said, no, this is Lewis Seen is way too good of a value at this position right here, right now, to pass up on. Because he may not be there for I think they were talking like 4 spots back from there. Yep. Mm-hmm. I still, you know me, I'm a big Notre Dame safety. Like, we could have had him at that point, at that early part. Yeah. And that still would have been a value, too, because he was projected top 6.
Arguably one of the best wide receivers sitting there, too.
Yeah.
Adam Thielen's getting up there in age.
Yeah.
Now,
I wouldn't hurt my feelings any. The defense is going to be, we'll see, because they're changing up some stuff. They're changing up their scheme. They have some interesting pieces. They have some pieces coming back from last year that nobody, non-Viking fans or nonchalant fans wouldn't know, that are coming back from either A, injury, or B, outside injury. As in Jaylin Twyman was in a shooting. He had gotten shot. He's coming back. That's a defensive end. Janorius Robinson's coming back. Some raw talent on the outside edge. And then I like that Brian Asamoah. But that isn't coming back. That actually was in this draft.
Yeah, I do. I think you'll address some needs. I mean, that secondary needs playmakers that you don't have besides your safety. And Lucine, Cowboys did have first round grade. I saw that on there. Andrew Booth. I think that's kind of where you need to go after you traded back.
I love the Andrew Booth one.
Yep.
I love the Andrew Booth one. Let's hopefully he stays healthy
Yep.
because injuries is a thing with him.
Right.
But outside that, I think that could be one of the better steals in the draft.
Brian Asamoah, I like that pickup too. He's a solid linebacker. I think another guy, kind of one of your later draft picks who could make the team is that Ty Chandler. Definitely a solid running back. They did some weird stuff, within the division and trading back. But there's some pieces I like in free agency. Even draft, what you did manage to get, even after trading back, which I wouldn't have. I'd probably took Jameson Williams, not going to lie, at that.
Yes.
And then try to ship. I mean, I love old boys Thielen's story. Even if you couldn't ship them off, at least you got 3 wide receivers sitting there.
Yeah.
Solid wide receivers.
Absolutely.
But
Jameson could take his time getting right, too.
Exactly.
Hey, we don't need you yet.
right away.
And you can learn from one hell of a veteran in Adam Thielen, too, behind that.
Right, but I think Thielen's older, so I think it would have been a good option to go that route. Like I said, what you did get, in your picks, I think is where you needed to go on that back end. So I like that there, and Brian Asamoah, Ty Chandler. I think there's a couple pieces that could definitely make the team. I don't know much about that Caleb Evans. That's another cornerback he took from Missouri, or Ed Ingram, offensive guard. I know your offensive line always is needing some help, so maybe that bolsters a little bit. But I mean, definitely, I think you did better than what the Packers did, for sure.
Agreed.
So it's kind of where I'm at.
We'll see what happens. Like you said, they usually tend to step in their own ways, shit on themselves. But this is a wide open division. Barring health, everything looks a hell of a lot better than what it did last year. The pieces, and not to mention we got a major piece back in Danielle Hunter, who I didn't even touch on either. So, they bring something. Even mid of the pack, I would like to see way higher because I'm used to seeing pretty damn good defenses. But at least middle of the pack defense with that offense, you can't be at the bottom. If you want to compete in that division or in the NFL, you can't be at the bottom. So you got to be at least middle of the pack somewhere.
Yeah.
And I think they address a lot of those needs.
Okay, who do you want to hit up next?
We got the Bears, gentlemen.
We will go Chicago.
So, first of all, let's talk about the things that they lost because they lost a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Allen Robinson, huge, right?
Yes.
Jakeem Grant. They lost offensive lineman James Daniels, which is fucking nuts for your young quarterback.
Yeah.
Obviously, Khalil Mack and Nichols. Nichols ended up going to the Raiders, the defensive tackle. So some big things there. Obviously, Robinson, Khalil Mack, and James Daniels are kind of the biggest ones. And then we'll get into the draft, but not even getting a receiver until later. Didn't make any sense after that. But they did get up. I didn't even realize. Maybe I forgot. They got Pringle, which is fast. He can be a decent receiver.
Yeah, he got a little trouble with the law there too. So
yeah,
see what comes of that. You got St. Brown from the Packers.
Yep.
Also Lucas Patrick from the Packers. There's a few, no-namers or, not well-known.
Yeah, a couple
guys they added in free agency.
Yeah.
All of that is awesome, I guess. Trivial. You touched on it briefly. One of them was obviously James Daniels.
Yeah.
None of that matters who's getting the ball on the outside edge when this man is going to be laying on his back, unfortunately. Because when you have, from experience, when you have Dakota Dozier starting on your line and you got rid of your potential all-pro center,
yeah,
I pray for Justin Fields. I really do. I like Justin Fields. I don't know what the hell they're doing. You have one wide receiver. I don't care about the potential of this one, that one, the other. Byron Pringle,
first 2 picks,
Dante Pettis. They're all basically the same type of wide receivers, right?
Yep.
So Darnell Mooney was pretty damn good. I agree. The running backs are pretty damn good. Cleo Herbert stepped in just fine for David Montgomery when he was banged up. So they have something there. But when you don't have protection and you don't have holes to run through because your O-line is that bad.
The defense played well.
You're going to kill this man.
What'd you do with your first 2 picks? You went defense.
Is it too late to sit him a year? Put Trevor Siemian in? And is it too late for that already?
No kidding.
Their defense is, they've lost so many pieces over the years now. I don't know what the direction is. I've seen their GM do a lot of crazy shit, like trading away guys. Robert Quinn's basically on social media begging not to be traded. Like, I want to stay with Chicago and blah, blah, blah. Because he's seeing everybody getting traded around him. I don't know how. I know 1, 2. I know Eddie Jackson, 3. Their defenses. I'm not saying no-namers is a bad thing. That is not what I'm saying. But I don't know where they're going, gentlemen.
Usually they get the defense to play up, and they play decent together. But you touched on it. You can't keep your young quarterback up. He's got nobody to throw to. I think this was one of the worst drafts. Don't get me wrong, I like Kyler Gordon, but I think at 7, you don't go there. Especially not the need of your team. So, and the young quarterback. So, I think they had one of the worst drafts. You didn't go out and spend money at. You're right. What the hell are they doing? What is the direction they're going?
Yeah. To kill a young, promising quarterback? Because you're looking pretty good there.
Yeah, it's a mess of the team. Like, they've got some decent running backs, right? But that's pretty much it on the offensive side. They
literally swapped the Lions. They will be battling for a victory or two, a couple victories this season. That's what I'm seeing so far.
Yeah, it's going to be bad, man. New coach, new GM, a mess of a team. It's not going to be good.
No draft picks for the most part. I mean, I know they gave away quite a bit for certain players, Khalil Mack being one of them and stuff like that. I think they're at the end of that now, but I'm not seeing a vision here. Yeah. Unless they're literally trying to tank, which I don't get. I mean, why would you take Justin Fields if you're trying to target for this for a high? I don't know.
Yeah, for sure.
So, bottom of the barrel for me. I'm not impressed with anything that they did do.
Yeah.
I mean, that's awesome for the Vikings. I mean, that's one less tough team to face, I guess. And I pray for Justin Fields.
Correct. Now, the Lions.
Yeah.
So they re-signed a couple quarterbacks, Tim Boyle, David Blow, a fullback. But then they went and got DJ Chark, Josh Reynolds, Khalif Raymond. So definitely some weapons. Tight end Garrett Griffin, center Alex Anzalone, which that was a re-signing. I like what they did, getting some receivers and whatnot. I like the Tracy Walker signing as well, safety. So they did okay in free agency. I think they went and addressed some issues they needed. Definitely needed some guys to throw to. And then I love their draft. I think they did well in free agency, including the draft. They go out, get Aiden Hutchinson, get to keep a guy.
Go out and get or gifted?
Well, yeah, gifted.
Yeah, okay.
True that. Whatever. But, I mean, I think this fell perfectly for him. I think this is exactly who you wanted, the hometown guy. Aiden Hutchinson, he comes in. You hoodwink the Vikings. You get to come up and get one of arguably the best receivers in the draft, Jaylin Williams, on top of the receivers you signed. So no rush for him to get back. He can get right. I like the Josh Paschal as well from Kentucky, the end. I think he's going to do just fine. I know he was on the Cowboys radar there for a while. So I think they did pretty good. But here's the thing. I don't know what the plans are at quarterback. Jared Goff isn't the guy. He's probably not going to be the guy.
Well, we don't think he's going to be the guy. They're obviously not tanking for next year, right? They made themselves one hell of a roster. This is a decent roster right here.
Yeah.
If they get, I'm not saying Pro Bowl, but Pro Bowl-esque type of play from Jared Goff, it doesn't have to be insane. It doesn't have to be, but just – dude, they're gonna be around the 500 mark, and maybe even up. I mean, they could if they win a couple of those close games. If a lot of the NFL season banks on those 3 points in games, and if you're on the right end of those, right. If they're on the right end of some of those, I could see. I'm gonna say it crazily out loud, but I could see 10 wins.
Oh no.
No.
I'm telling you.
Too many stuff.
I said up to. I mean, they would need all those to go right. They would need to hit those 3-point wins.
It's Detroit too, so things won't go right.
They're going to the right. Well, I don't know. They had a decent season last year for what they were expected to do, and then you didn't. I don't think they did anything wrong. They did nothing but improve their team all the way across. Yep. That's the reason why I'm saying that.
Well, I mean, when is Williams going to be able to play? It'll be into the season, right?
Yeah.
So that's going to be a hit. Chark is I like Chark. I think Chark was a good pickup, but that's the best receiver, right? So I don't know that they're going to be able to offensively.
Chark and St. Brown, and then actually the one that you guys might have forgotten or you didn't care either way, but was Josh Reynolds. Reynolds and Goff showed something that because they played together with the Rams, he was heavily targeting this guy, and these guys were on the same page. Like we saw something from Reynolds that we only thought he was like a one-trick pony.
Yeah, and Khalif Raymond shined with Tennessee when he got the chance, but they don't throw the ball there.
Right.
So
he
never got a chance. But when Brown went out for a little bit and he got a chance, he did well with his targets. So
all I was saying is like best case scenario, like everything falls that way. What my actual belief is that they're gonna be hovering around the 500 mark.
Yeah, I think they're gonna be like they're not gonna be a team that gets blown out every week. I think they're gonna be a lot more competitive than we're used to. I still think they're around 6 wins, something like that, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
So most likely picking in the top 10 again.
Regardless, I'm with you on that. Most improved in the division, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
I actually think they hit on quite a bit of it, especially when Jameson takes
where
off.
do you have where are your rankings? Top to bottom to top, whichever way you want to go.
We'll go bottom to top. Off-season moves. The Bears number one worst.
I think we're all on board
bottom of the barrel.
Yep.
For off-season moves, I'm going to then go Packers because I don't think they hit what they needed to. I'm curious what they are. They're aging on the line. So I'm going to have to still go, they picked up defensive pieces, but you signed a massive contract to a quarterback that shows that you want to win now. You didn't get win now pieces, in my opinion. And then the next one, this one's a little, you know what? It isn't that difficult.
No, it's not.
I'm gonna say the Vikings, and the reason why they're clear cut below the Lions, in my opinion, and this one is because you literally traded in division. You made two teams get pieces that they wanted, whether you like those pieces or not. They got pieces of need at that point, and the reason why you also kicked Detroit up into number one, in my opinion, is because. Not possibly, because quite honestly, that trade right there too, because you got Jameson Williams, and the quite possibly the number one receiver in the draft, could be a regular season in, season out Pro Bowl player. You got Aiden Hutchinson, who will consistently get you 10 sacks. I think that's where he's going to be. I don't know if he's ever going to go for 15 or something in a season, but he's going to get you 10 sacks, and that's what you have.
Yeah, I'm with you. Lions, Vikings, Packers, Bears.
Yeah, I think we're all on the same page. Yeah, I think we're all on the same page. Bears, trash. Just didn't do anything right.
That's really bad, right?
Really, really bad.
That's really bad.
And honestly, the Packers are kind of right there with me. I just, I guess a little bit better just on some of the defensive pickups. And then, Vikings, I think, and I'm not basing this off of because you let division rivals trade up ahead of you. I just think you could have picked pieces there that would have helped you tremendously right away. Be it Jameson Williams and set you up, be a defensive, edge rusher, right? Your edge rushers have had a hard time staying healthy. Why not go get one of those young guys to come in, help you out right away? The safety from Notre Dame. I mean, there were just so many ways you could have went right there, I think, and that would have immediately helped your team. Not saying I don't like the picks that you end up getting, but I just think there were some studs there that you definitely could have used. And then, of course, I think the Lions, hit it out of the ballpark here. And, just with all their pickups, the draft, I think I don't think 10 wins, but, I could see that 500 range for sure.
No. Well, they have one hell of an offensive line, too, to boot. So they have time. They're going to be able to run the rock. Yeah. Grab you some DeAndre Swift, baby.
You know it.
Yes, sir.
Make sure he kind of gets a little banged up here and there. Make sure you grab Jamal Williams as his couple game hitters.
And that is our recap for the NFC North.
Yeah.
So for it makes sense if you don't think about it tonight.
Yes, sir.
We all can chip in on this good old story here.
Yeah.
But I guess you could say brought to you by North Iowa Fights again because this is where we got this story.
Unfortunately for them,
Unfortunately for them. But another story in the cap of my guest is here. The main event for the North Iowa Fights featured, and I'm not even going to try to say his name, an Asian gentleman.
Give
it a whirl.
So, no, I don't have it in front of me. I'm trying to just remember, like from. I'll look it up while you're talking.
Yeah, so an Asian gentleman who was going to have to come up with a translator and everything was going to fight in the main event. He's a pro fighter, I think, fighting out of American Top Team.
So professional, not amateur. Like he knew what was supposed to be going
Yeah, he's
down.
been around for a while, Rio.
Okay.
Yeah, he has a pretty decent like repertoire of fights too, like professional record. So
Yeah, absolutely.
been around.
And it was gonna, it was a pretty big deal because he has a pretty big following where he's from, so it would help the pay-per-view and things like that for the overall fight, right? Mm-hmm. Well, is there anything that happens in training camp sometimes that might cause you to not make a fight? Rio, you've been there. Is there anything that might happen?
Injuries,
okay.
stuff like that.
Okay. So let's say you're, I don't know, 2 weeks out from the fights. You know of anybody who's gotten injured kind of at the last minute, not able to make it?
Yeah.
That happens, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. So in this situation, somebody on behalf of that gentleman sent Mike Estes a text and it said, hey, sorry to let you know so late, but so-and-so is not going to be able to make the fight. Training, I think they set up in Utah, and he ended up hurting his knee. Followed by a picture in a
Regular knee, and it was a swollen knee.
Yeah, a regular knee and a swollen knee. And Mike said, oh, that looks bad.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And what he happened to do, though, at that time was like, that kind of looks familiar. I feel like I've seen that before.
Well, I don't know what he said, but somebody Googled this picture.
Yeah.
Like swollen knee, or I don't know what they Googled, but guess what picture popped up on a general Google search? The same picture that got sent to Mike Estes of a swollen knee and a regular knee.
Under a different name, a guy that had put it on Twitter himself by the name of Dustin Nielsen, who was the one that, had that picture in the very first place, So, going back to what you're saying?
Yeah. Simple Google search, and it showed the same picture.
Like what, 4 images down or something like
Right,
that,
yeah.
So here's where we'll go ahead and try to slam the name here. This is the dude. His name, I'm pretty good with this. Amartuvushin Kukenku.
Hey, pull that thing out of your mouth and say it.
I told you I got it.
Okay, do it again. One more time.
Excuse me?
One more time.
Swallow it.
One more time. One more time. I want to hear you see if it's the same.
Amartuvushin?
It's not the same.
Yeah, it is.
No, you did not say
Amartuvushin? Amartuvushin? Yes, Amartuvushin.
Right now, but the first time. First time you said it different.
No, I said the last name. Kukenku.
Okay.
Back to the story.
Okay.
That's the fighter that we're talking about, though. Now
Yeah.
from Mongolia.
Yeah.
So this was going to be a pretty big deal, obviously traveling in and everything like that. And it turns out he didn't want to fight for whatever reason and sent a bullshit picture over to Mike saying, hey, I hurt my knee, so I can't make it.
Yeah, said he was in Utah. Apparently he was like in Mongolia that morning. So not
according to his Instagram, he was walking a shoreline in Mongolia that morning. But he was in Utah.
Training. Yeah, I don't know. Makes
Crazy
sense
world.
if you don't think about
Makes
it.
sense if you don't think about
Pretty
it.
unprofessional, man.
Perfect.
That's tough. But that just makes us give a little more props to Mike because he had to fill that bitch fast.
And he did.
And he did. So
Did that with Bellator vet. So it isn't like he gave up like a bunch of quality either.
exactly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, definitely. So it makes sense if you don't think about it, and props to Mike for making that happen. Now, for you beautiful people that happen to stumble across the podcast anywhere, make sure you like, subscribe, share, the whole nine. Where's the podcast available, Jimmer?
anywhere and everywhere you could possibly think of, and that'd be Apple, Spotify, Google, Facebook for now, YouTube, and anywhere else in between, gentlemen.
Absolutely. And I know a lot of you heard the story the other night, the hilarious story that won the free tickets. We'd love to hear those stories. Maybe if we get a good one in, we could send out some merch too. But we encourage you guys to get interactive. It all goes down
in the DMs. Make sure you send that story. Hit us up in our inbox, and we'll get it out to all the folks that want to hear it. You know, we do as well. We can omit the names if need be. Make sure you go up to Gentleman's Way in Garner, Iowa, get a haircut. Then you can enter our raffle, and your next haircut could potentially be on us. Ryan does a great job up there. If you are working out and are looking for a new workout app, download Fitbod. It generates workouts, shows you how to do them, keeps tracks of all your weights and how much you lifted. Use our code 3GIG to get 25% off.
How much?
25.
25%.
25. Is that 1 quarter?
Okay.
Is that 1 quarter off?
Why do you gotta say it like that?
1 quarter?
1 quarter, baby. Definitely. Check out Fitbod, though. The app's badass if you work out.
Hell yeah.
Helps you track everything. But I think that about wraps her up. Thank you, everybody, for listening. This is 3 Gig Sports.
We out.